What's going on, everybody? So I'm going to talk to you about the next location that is going to boom in Dubai for various reasons. Let's get going. So this video series, like I mentioned, I'm going to talk to you about like the next boom in the real estate market is obviously two waterfront locations. The recent news just came out about the development that's going to happen around these locations. So that's what inspired me to let you know about these so that you can't turn around and say, oh, I was too late, I'm going to have to wait for the market to drop down, because that's not going to happen within the next 12 months. I don't know who believes that. I don't know what you're reading, but you got to start reading the stuff that we read, because if we see the signs, it's all the way up. What I did was I looked at the general profitability of investments in the pool of developers that you have access to in Dubai, and it's extremely evident. It's extremely evident that the most profitable developments that you can invest in are with developers that are backed by the government and that are creating master plans. They're creating new cities within this city. What comes to mind first is EMAAR, destination creation, Nikhil and Miras. The people who have made the most money are the people who've invested with government-backed developers that created these destinations. So today I'm going to talk to you about EMAAR, because they are developing a destination. Let's call it that. Destination creation of the next boom is Rashed Yachts and Marina. It is a low to mid-rise apartment building location. On the waterfront, there's already an existing marina. I'm going to run through all of those details and show you the potential compared to similar projects. When we look at EMAAR, they aren't just a property developer. To me, they are a brand that is synonymous with dependence. And the reason I say this is because upon my research, I figured out and I read that the chairman of EMAAR, while the 2020 shenanigans happened, said, look, I'm gonna cut 100% of my salary, because we need to keep our people employed. We need to keep our stakeholders happy. And our stakeholders are the buyers who've bought with us, people who have bought, who live in our buildings, people who work for us, the cleaners, the maintenance teams, the customer happiness center. We need to keep all of this up and running, keep our shareholders busy as well. So everyone who's involved, if you've bought anything from EMAAR, if you live in an EMAAR building, if you're paying rent, if you're paying service charges, you are a stakeholder within that brand, and they have proven to be extremely dependable. I just think we've become extremely spoiled by EMAAR. Walking in downtown, it's extremely clean. I've never seen anything like it. They didn't let that go during, the shenanigans in 2020, which is dependable, synonymous with dependence. EMAAR is also, for those who don't know, they built Burj Khalifa, 820 meters, the tallest residential mixed-use building in the world. And they've also built the largest mall in the world called Dubai Mall. They are dependable. What I'm throwing on your screen right now is a location map of Mina Rashed Marina. So a funny story about this, I'm just going to cut back to me. In 2016, the founder of Dubai, the ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Rashid Al Maktoum, said, build a wall of containers and then only start the construction of this marina, because I want to create a sense of curiosity and not a sense of expectation. A curiosity, but no pressure, rather. He didn't want external pressures to press the team to really build something that was subpar just to deliver on time. In 2017, he inaugurated Mina Rashed Marina as the second marina that can house super yachts. So it's currently home to the Queen Elizabeth II, as you can see on the screen there. Queen Elizabeth II was the yacht that she used to roam the earth, and it's permanently docked there, and it is an amenity. It is an amenity to the location, and you can go there and you can have coffee. I think you can also live there. What you also already have in this location is obviously this existing marina. You have a fitness center, a tavern, a bowling center. There's a bunch of existing amenities within this location, and EMAAR decided we're going to start developing this into the next waterfront destination. Its location is also very convenient the simple example of convenience, not that you drive to the airport every single day, but it takes around 16 minutes to drive from the airport to the Rashed Yachts Marina location that EMAAR is developing. And it also only takes around 12 minutes for you to get to downtown. Again, it's not like you're driving to downtown every single day, but that just gives you an indication of where you are in the landscape of Dubai, because maybe you only need to drive to Burj Dubai, the Gold Souk every single day, depending. So this location can actually berth 424 yachts that are up to 80 meters. Up to 80 meters, 440 of these yachts can dock currently at the marina. So there's a beautiful promenade walk already, beautiful boats to look at already, including the Queen Elizabeth that I mentioned. It also has 7 additional coastline berths to accommodate those super yachts that are over 80 meters. Now, why would I be telling you about yachts? Because I'm going to dive into the type of yachts that are here right now. Let me dive into that actually before I tell you why I'm telling you. The super yachts that are currently visible in the marina is Dubai, not the city, the actual yacht. And that is around 162 meters long. The second yacht is Moonlight 2, and she is 91 meters long. The Esmeralda, which is also there, is 77 meters long. The Luna is 115 meters long, currently docked there right now. And then the 88-meter Quatruel, which is usually seen in this marina as well. The reason I'm telling you this is because you got to start thinking about the caliber of person that has a yacht that big. And they are going to dock their yacht there, and they want to live a certain standard of living. They have a certain expectation. So what sort of expectation do those type of people have? What that location should be able to offer them so that they do bring their yachts there is the vision that EMAAR is bringing to life. So we're going to dive into the master plan. I'm going to go to the sales center, and I'm going to show you the master plan in real life. I'm going to show you the port, and I'm going to show you the current construction update of the first building, Seagate. And that's going to start bringing you into what that vision is for that community. It's projected that over 200,000 people are going to call Rashed Yachts Marina home. So you have to also understand that when a developer that starts developing a master community like this, that is going to increase the population of a certain location, they should also reinvest and upgrade the transportation and logistics and roadways of this location. So EMAAR is spending 1.4 billion dirham in upgrading the roadworks of this location to make sure that it's seamless. Because this marina is also going to is currently home to a lot of these cruise liners that bring tourists. So they have on one day seen 35,000 people get off of cruise liners in this location already. So again, bells need to go off in your mind. You know, what's that going to mean to your property when 35,000 people, arrive in one day and needs accommodation? They are going to want to live in these buildings that are on the water, on the promenade walk, that look over these beautiful yachts. So all the bells need to go off when you are a property investor and want to seek opportunity of wealth building and abundance. You can expect to have around 3,000 residential units is projected. And let me tell you something, it always ends up being more than that. And also, EMAAR is saying they project around 14,000 retail outlets in this location. When we're looking at opportunity, we need to start comparing locations to similar locations. So what I mean by that is right next to Rashed Yachts Marina location is a location that was built by a government-backed master developer, Maras, Dubai Properties, Port De La Mer. Port De La Mer has seen tremendous appreciation. So what I'm going to throw on the screen right now are numbers. Now, this is not just a number of one specific outlying. It's like all of the properties that I've transacted in this location has seen this appreciation. There's too many. I can't go through every single thing, but I'll show you at least 3 of them. And the first transaction that I'm going to show you that happened to show you the Potential for capital appreciation in a project that is developed by government. I'm going to say this all the time. Government-backed master developer waterfront community. Let's dive into that. The first transaction was a 3-bedroom bought by the first buyer direct from the developer in May 2019. So 3.5 years later. Well, he bought it for 4.3 million dirham, 23,000. Later, he sold it. What is that? 2019 May. 4.5 years later, he sold it for 7,050,000. The second transaction that I'm showing you is a transaction purchased direct from the developer, a 2-bed bought for 1.8 million, 51,000, and then 3.5 years later, sold for 3.3 million dirham. And the third one to me is quite interesting because, it could be that you are convinced if you didn't buy in the first round, you probably won't make any money. That cannot be further from the truth when you purchase property that has such a demand, such limited supply on the coastline. So let's dive into this one. Feb 2020, it was a 3-bed bought for 4 million dirham. June 2022 sold for 6.2 million. And then November 2023 sold for 7.7 million. So that debunks the belief that you have that if you didn't buy in the first round, you can't make any money. Rashed Yachts Marina is a proven concept, waterfront concept, marina, promenade, walk, low-rise buildings. The concept's proven. So that should eliminate a lot of doubt that what's happened in Port De La Mer, what's happened in EMAAR beachfront, what's happened in Bluewaters, what's happened in Palm Jumeirah, JBR, it should remove all the doubt that it's not possible for Rashed Yachts Marina because it's government backed and it's a master developer, and the future plan and everything that they've developed and done and the money that they're spending and upgrading the road networks, it all should start clicking for you that the opportunity is in the delta between the price differences between the current properties selling in Port De La Mer and the price points, the low barrier of entry price points in Rashed Yachts Marina. Let's jump onto a fact sheet of the latest launch in Rashed Yachts Marina. Avonlea was one of the latest buildings that launched and sold out within the first 48 hours. So Avonlea is part of the community Rashed Yachts and Marina, and this is what a general fact sheet looks like when a building launches in that location. It shows you the minimum square footage of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms and maximum square footage of those respective units, and then also the starting prices, which would obviously correlate with the smallest sizes when it comes to minimum to maximum square foot versus starting price. So the starting price for a 1-bed in the most recent launch was 1.6 million. The starting price for a 1-bed in the first launch, Seagate, was 1.3 million. So the delta between 1.3, 1.6 is 300,000. So everyone who's invested in the launches leading up to the last launch, not the last building, but the last most recent launch, the appreciation has been 1, 2, or 300,000 dirham. And as I just showed you in the 3-transaction theory or the 3-transaction evidence in Port De La Mer, it's never too late for waterfront community for you to get in. And the best thing is that you don't have to wait to purchase from anyone else because EMAAR takes care of their investors. So yes, you will pay a higher price point on the next building direct from the developer, but you will still be making money because of the evidence that I've showed you and because of future launches within the community. EMAAR will take care of you. They'll make sure that the next one gets launched at a higher price point. So your appreciation is also as guaranteed as the one who bought first, the one who believed in this location first. All you Seagate purchases. What a point of contingency is the budget. Like when we say this property is 1.6 million, we don't require you to pay 1.6 million today. That's the benefit of a payment plan direct from developer. So you would have to, in this example with Avonlea, you had to pay 10% plus 4% DLD fee. Then your second installment is January. So this was in November. The next installment is only in January. So what you can expect is to pay 10% every quarter until handover. Every quarter until handover. But this payment plan is unique. I'm going to zoom back in. Is the construction linked completion. So your fourth installment will only happen around the July 2025 if we have built 10% of the construction. And how do you know that they've built 10% of the construction? You go onto the Dubai Land Department application or onto the website. You go to track the development, and you will see pictures and videos taken by impartial service providers employed by the DLD, taking pictures, uploading, and then giving you the tier of construction. So only when we reach this tier, this is EMAAR's promise. If we reach a 10%, 20%, 30% tier, only when we've reached that do we ask you to pay 10% from you. So this payment plan is 90-10, so it's 90% during construction, 10% on handover. So with the greater plan and master plan of Rashed Yachts Marina in clear view, understanding more about the vision and the why, the location, the property, and the profitability of this project, I again want to emphasize that it should take away all of the doubt that you have in this location, if there ever was doubt, to help you make a very sound investment, and hoping that all of the information that we have given you makes it more clear into why purchasing direct from a government-backed developer that build master communities is the best probability and chance to guarantee a good return on your investment. I'm your real estate mate, and I'll catch you on the next video.